Yeah, thank you for the amazing support that we've been getting. We're back with a third episode of
Don't Speak For Us. Hey y'all, it's Bre'Anna J here.
It's Vinay.
And what are we talking about today?
So today's topic is, last episode we did heartbreak versus heartbreaker. So with this episode, I wanted to do something a little different. Being that you've experienced heartbreak in your past, and knowing that the type of love that you give and the type of person that you are, what would you say you are looking for as far as your person, or as far as like your relationship goes, as far as like, just the type of just what you looking for, girl? Cause you single and ready to meet.
Oh God, this sounds like this sounds like me exploiting my list. Which
I think you both got a list.
Yeah, but your list longer than mine.
That's
I think your list longer than mine.
Every day I add a little bit more.
I don't. That mean that they gotta be godly human beings, because at this point, no. But seriously, that's like the first thing on my list. Over the years, I think I didn't really see the importance of finding a God-fearing man. And it's not to take away their other characteristics, but that's a deal breaker for me. I just want them to be evolved. I want them to be smart, respectful, well-mannered, like polite, honest, emotionally available.
That's a big one.
I need somebody that can be led, or can lead me as I allow that in my submission. But I need them to know that submitting is not just from the woman's standpoint, that it's also from the man's standpoint, and that's how they will work together to literally be that team. I don't know, I've seen so many red flags in the past, and I'm just like, I try not to be too nitpicky. I believe in physical attraction. I feel like physical attraction is a thing. I'm not saying he got to be the finest person in the world. Like, he just has to be attractive to me. Like, he might be ugly to 1,000 other people, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but he's attractive to me. Like, every time I look at him, I like him. I'm into him. I'm focused on him. He focused on me.
Somebody
like,
you want to wake up next to.
Yeah, like, you like, ooh, I woke up to you this morning, praise God. I need someone who can love. They know they can love me by my love languages. I prefer all 5. But if I'm starting, like, words of affirmation, obviously for me is a big deal. So
what's your top 2 love languages?
Words of affirmation, and I think it's acts of service. I think
that's one of mine, and the other one is quality time.
Yeah, quality time. It's like, I mean, they all to me are important. Like, yeah. I feel like physical touch is important, and I don't mean like intimacy. That is important, but I mean, that's not like the top thing. I think more so like loving gestures is important. Like, kisses on the forehead, back rubs. I ain't talking about massages. I mean, like, them, if they're supporting you, if they're like rooting for you, if they're encouraging you, nice little, you can do this, I just feel like they're all important. I don't see why they shouldn't be. I just feel like the top 3 should be attended to the most. We all love gifts. I don't think there's not a woman in the world that don't love gifts. I'd like thoughtful gifts. Like, I don't care if you don't have a dime. Remember I said that guy he spent his last dime on flowers. Like, but even if it wasn't flowers, like, even if it's just a thoughtful gesture of, today I'm gonna cook breakfast for you. Yeah. Or today I'm gonna clean the house. Because I
feel like that comes with paying attention.
Yeah.
Like if somebody really likes you.
Attentiveness is so important.
If somebody really likes you, I feel like they learn you.
Yeah.
They learn what you like.
But, and you don't, and you, that's another one. Not being able to have to feel like you have to tell them because they're paying attention. Like say if you walking around a grocery store and you know you need something, but you don't get it right away, and then I don't care if it's like eggs or something, you know, like, but they come back like, yeah, I saw you looking at those eggs. Or insert whatever you want to insert, a purse or shoes or bedroom slippers, like whatever.
I feel like I want that because I give that.
Yeah.
Like I pay attention.
Yeah.
Like I want to learn what you like, and then I can feed off that.
Yeah. Things like
effort.
Yes, because it's communication for me. It's a two-way street. So if I'm having a day and I need to vent, I need you to be able to turn your listening ears on. I don't care if you, I don't even care if you really don't care what I'm talking about. But like, you know, because I know most men, they disconnect from you naturally when you're like, girl, let me tell you what this girl at my job did today. And they be like, oh Lord. And then they just like they listen, like, but they have selective hearing. I've never met a man that don't have selective hearing, that don't like shut down when you're telling them stuff. But then this might be funny, but you ever see those men and like I think you was telling me this, and the girl would be on the phone and she's like, oh girl, and they like, what happened? Tell me what happened. Who we need to go get? Like what? Like I want them, not to say that I want them to be nosy like that, but I want them to be like attentive, like just to know. So, you know, I just feel like it should be easy. And if it is hard, you shouldn't go to bed angry because you don't want to be upset with each other. I want to be able to look at my partner and say, you know what, I can't stay mad at you. You know, I mean, even if it's not like, I'm not trying to be one of those people that don't talk to their partner for like 2, 3, 4 days. Like, I don't literally want it to go over 48 hours. And if it's that deep, that means it's something that you really did to make me upset. Yeah. But I don't like to go that long without talking to my partner. That's me. I don't know. You know?
I agree with you, but it's like, with me, I shut down. Like when I feel like you're not hearing me and you're not taking my feelings and my emotions into consideration, it's like, okay, if you don't want to hear what I have to say, I shut down and
I'm not gonna like shove it down their throat. I just want somebody that, like, if you feeling weary one day, it shouldn't even be a question. Like, you should know. If you're my partner, you should know, because you should feel the way I feel in my spirit before you even know. Like, that's how I feel. Like, I could be just sitting there like,
connected.
Yeah, like, oh, and that's the thing is, this is a requirement, emotional connection for me. Whether it be like intimacy, whether it be just spending time with my partner, whatever. I realized, like, through dating, if I'm not emotionally connected to the person, this might be too much. I can't have great sex. It's just not gonna work. Because there's a disconnect. Like,
what is intimacy to you?
Not sex. I'd say.
Thank you.
Not sex.
Immediately.
That's immediately what everybody thinks.
Oh my God.
No, like, just hold me. Like, some days, just hold me, because it's a rough day today. Like, geez, somebody pissed me off at work, and I know I gotta go back in there tomorrow, but like, it was tough. Or, you know, like, and I'll give you an example, like, things that we face in the world on a regular basis. Just think about how Black women face harassment in the workplace, like sexual harassment from other people, or racism. just in general, and think about being a good, kind-hearted person and how that affects you when another person treats you out of and make you feel out of place. And then you have to come home with that, carrying that energy, because it's heavy. And immediately your person just knows. He's like, something's not right. You had a hard day. Oh, let me give you a hug. Let me just hold you. Let me give you a hug. Or let me just stroke your face. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or just things that it ain't sex. You know, it's just, you get it. They get it. You know.
Everything that allows you to connect.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it.
Sex.
Yes. But
holding hands.
Yeah. Gestures.
Like being able to be in your space and you in mine.
Yeah.
I like all
cuddling.
Of that. Yeah.
You don't necessarily, you know what I'm saying? You can lay and watch a movie.
Sweet text messages.
Or sweet text messages.
Mm-hmm.
Or dirty ones.
Letting me know that you're thinking about it. Sweet
No. It doesn't mean
let me know you're thinking of me.
No, but what's wrong with dirty text messages? Hold on, hear me out. Hear me out. It might sound crazy, but like if you're with a person and you're with them for a long time, like y'all can talk slick to each other. It's y'all. It's just y'all. I say that to say, like, if you with your partner for a long time, you know what I'm saying, y'all feeling each other, you gotta keep the spark. So it ain't always gotta be, it ain't always gotta be like, you know, I don't want to say sanctified, but, you know, because eventually it's gonna get, you know, it's gonna get there. Mm-hmm. And so you want,
I feel like
a little spark
builds up that, like, desire to want to make love to you.
Yes, but we ain't always talking about love making. It's like, I'm just saying it's not always soft and sensual. Sometimes it's rough and aggressive. Some people like intimacy rough. That's the way they like it. So I'm saying, you know, sometimes sexting is not a bad thing because it builds up the anticipation between you and your partner to be able to want to be intimate with each other.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Oh.
I did that a few times.
I'm just saying, I ain't saying it gotta be every day all the time, but you know, it's just different forms of intimacy and it's different levels.
I just don't like
I want all of it.
I just don't like routine. That's my issue.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, what happens when you get in a relationship and y'all been there for a while and then
you gotta find a way to sort things out.
I know that, but I'm saying when it gets to that point, mm-hmm. and it gets a little boring, yeah, you do gotta spice it up. Yeah, you do gotta find new exciting ways.
That's where communication comes.
But that's where men fail because they're not creative when it comes to that level. I'm not saying all men, okay? So if this ain't for you, you know what I'm saying? Don't take it to offense. I'm just saying. The average man is not thoughtful because they like things simple and they think logically. They don't say, well, today, I'm just gonna go get her a bouquet of like edibles because I know she loves fruits, and like they're not like that. A lot of times they like, this is how it is every day. I walk in, this is the routine. Around this time, she probably gonna do X, Y, Z. Around this time, and they just think like that. They just logically driven like that. But for us, I feel like as women, yes, we're emotionally wired, but we think long term. And for me, I just feel like when it gets to a space of when it gets boring, I feel like men should do a better job at being creative and more thoughtful.
I'm not saying romance me every day of the week or make it a project.
Me either.
A simple arm around the waist, kiss on the neck, like that suffices for me.
Yeah, me too. Okay, yeah, I'm just saying like, but that's, to me, I feel like those are regular things. You want to know something that I think?
You think it's regular, but it's really
what
not.
I feel like it should be common. I feel like it should be common. Y'all can say what y'all want to say about me when I say this, but I feel like when you kiss your partner every day, it builds the bond. I feel like when you are like in some shape, form, fashion, intimate with your partner every day, it builds the bond. So for me, I require my husband to have to make out with me every day. Once a day. Not for a long time. Not no cute ass little, not no cute peck. You know, that's cool, we can do those here and there, but I require at some point during the day, I need to be kissed for at least
Would you believe
60 seconds or more.
I said I stopped I didn't like to kiss.
What?
Not okay.
Why?
I wasn't always like that.
You're not a Morris.
No, I felt like with him, I stopped liking to kiss. Like I didn't care to kiss him.
But that's probably.
But I desired to kiss, but I just didn't desire to kiss him.
Okay, I get that. It's a disconnect.
It was very.
But I feel like when it is aligned and it is a union and it's an ordained union, I feel like everything is in place. You will have days when you look at your partner and be like, "Don't touch me, don't look at me." Think about every probably, and that's probably gonna happen once a month, probably a week out of the month. And y'all know when women have their cycles, we sometimes. So I say that to say it's not gonna always be that way, but who's to say it can't be?
Mm-hmm.
That's my thought.
My thing, what I desire from.
What's your list? Let's start there.
You want me to pull out the list?
No, don't pull it out. Let's pull out the simplified things.
I feel like my list is not like about materialistic stuff or whatever. Like it's very much reasonable.
Notice in my list, and I didn't give the whole list, but notice in my list I never said anything about looks. I never said anything about how much money he makes. I never said about what he brings to the table. Because I feel like individuals, especially with dating and relationships, we're not responsible for each other. I feel like when it's exclusive and when we're engaged and we know we're in pursuit to get married, then that's when it becomes responsibility for I'm accountable for you and you're accountable for me. I just had to make that clear because some people feel like, oh, when I get a man, he's supposed to buy me, he's supposed to do this, he's supposed to do that, and that's not the case. And this is my perspective. Think about a man dating. He has 5 women, and each woman wants a pair of shoes. And he's intimate with all 5 of these women, right? Or he's dealing with these 5 women in a way that could possibly be physical or non-physical. That doesn't make you important. Like you're just like everybody else. So for me, what is going to stand out about you and those 5 women that make him say, I want to go further? Once he figures that out, then that's when you guys start to question where your future is, right? So I've always looked at that. I've never not dated a man that wasn't interested in other women, not seeing other women, until they stood up and say, okay, today I know for a fact that you are my person, I want to be with you. That's when I start making them responsible. A man can buy me something right now, at this very moment. Oh, I bought you a purse and I bought you a pair of shoes. That's cool, but you don't belong to me. Until you belong to me, then there's certain things I expect from you. If you choose to go out there and do it yourself, absolutely, I'm going to take it, I'm going to appreciate it, I'm going to move on. But what I am saying is, you're not liable to do those things. You're not required to do those things. I'm my own individual. I feel like my hands work, my feet work, just like yours do. It's not a requirement. I know for me personally, I want a man that wants to do those things. I shouldn't have to pull your teeth and say, can you buy me a bag? Or I shouldn't have to give up my body and say, can you buy me a bag? Or can you buy me shoes in exchange for that? I don't even want to do that. I don't like that kind of stuff. And I think maybe that comes from watching my mom be a single parent and say, I don't need no man to buy me nothing. My hands and feet work. But when she dealt with her partner or partners just along the way, they bought her things or they gave those things to her because they wanted her to have those things. Mm-hmm. That's one lesson I picked up from my mom to say that it's probably one of the best lessons. And people look at that as, oh, that's the independent woman mind thinking, but that's to me how a woman should think. Okay, now, switching over. Go to your list. Mm-hmm. I just had to say that because, some people, they really don't take they get the wrong perception. What's your list?
Top of my list is someone who can reciprocate. Like, I shouldn't be the one who's putting max effort all the time. Like, that's tiring. Meet me halfway.
I don't want no more. Listen, No more one-sided relationships. I know that I give. Naturally, I know that my heart is a reciprocating heart. But I've also learned the lesson of, when you don't give me what I'm asking for, I'm no longer going to give you what you require of me. You want hugs and kisses or a good morning text every morning, but I'm not getting that. I'm not giving that to you. I feel like it should be flipped. You good morning me, I don't care if you good morning me. The next morning I need a good morning you. Mm-hmm. Or the night I need a good night you. Whatever. It needs to be one or the other. And I need to see it often. But don't what you doing me to death, please. Because I can't stand that. I'm just saying.
I don't know what you're doing me unless you got plans for me or you're trying to make plans for me.
Ooh, when we say leading, right? And the guy says, well, would you like to go out on a date? Would you like to go out on a date and do something? Don't ask me. Say, more so like not like a demand, but like you're saying, hey, I made plans for A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I don't know if you're busy this day. I would like for you to be there. Here's a place, here's a time, and I'm hoping you meet me there. I'm either gonna tell you yes or no. I don't even care if you got the plan. You ain't got the plan set in stone. It's the fact of how you deliver the message instead of or I was thinking maybe we could go to the movies this week, or I was thinking maybe, I know you're busy this day. What about Thursday at this time? I know you get off around this time. You're doing this, you know what I'm saying? Like, make a demand to spend time with me.
Yeah, I agree.
That's hard. Okay, go. Sorry. Y'all be interrupting. Go. Sorry.
My next thing on my list is
Say reciprocation. I know you like the basics: honesty, loyalty, respect, being polite. Like I think we all want those same things.
I really do.
But like, you like him to strictly be a gentleman for you, or you like him to actually also be a gentleman to others?
To others too.
I mean, even because other women is what I'm saying. Because you know how you have certain men where I've dealt with a man. I think in my last relationship, the man would be rude to other women. But he would be rude to other women if I'm in his presence and they're disrespecting me.
Okay, that makes sense. But if you just rude to other women, just...
Yeah. But you have some of those men that be like, I have a girlfriend, leave me alone, go away. Like, and some women like that. They want that. And I'm like, why does he have to be mean to other women?
When I say gentlemen, I mean like open up car doors, open up, pull out the chair.
But are you okay with just opening doors for other women?
Of course you can open. If we're walking out of the store and I'm not the only woman walking out of the door, like don't open the door for me and slap the door before.
I'm just saying, no, I've seen, and it's a way to do that even. Like, some men will interject. They'll open the door for you, but they'll make sure they come out first. So the lady, and they'll still hold the door, but it won't be the way that they do it for you. So, some women don't like that, And I'm just saying, I met women that be like, don't open the door for her. I know you see me standing there, and I'm like, girl, you doing too much. No. If he a gentleman for you, he should be a gentleman for everybody else. So you have to ask some questions, because I done seen some stuff and I be like, I done seen a man literally open the door and a woman don't say thank you, and the man push her right back out the door and said, well, you don't say thank you, so why should I open the door for you? I like, and when I saw that, let me tell you something, every time after that, I would say thank you. I would always say thank you, I appreciate you so much, because I don't ever want a man to feel like they're required to open the door for me. You don't have to, but you chose to, so thank you.
I want someone who does not take me for granted.
Absolutely.
Someone who's always pursuing me. Don't pursue to get me, and then when you got me, you just lazy in the relationship.
Ooh, that's a good one. Most definitely.
I want someone who supports me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Support my goals, support my dreams. Someone who loves my daughter, because we're a package, we're a team.
Absolutely. And even if that was for me too, that's a requirement.
Yeah.
I don't care if I have an outside child before I meet you, after I meet you. Like, not to say like cheating or anything, but you know how some people have complicated situations. So that's a requirement.
And I require these things because, of course, I would do it. Like, when I met my husband, he had 4 children, and I loved those kids like they were my own. And I had none at the time. So these are like requirements to me. Like,
you know, I've dated a couple men with children, or dealt with a couple men with children, and you know what's so alarming to me is that I don't always know what their relationship, and I start asking now what the relationship is with the baby mother. I feel like I've seen some men and they be so tight-lipped on their children, which is absolutely fine. You don't want a lot of women that are running in and out of your children's lives, like while you're dating, and they see multiple women outside of your mom. But I've dealt with some people for years and have not met their children. And I don't know if that's a red flag or not. Y'all can let me know in the comments if that's a red flag. But you know what I mean? Like, I've known, like, I've had people that I've dealt with, been intimate with, have slept with, and never met their kids in person. Seen their kids, you know, you could be on FaceTime, you see their kids, or have talked to their kids, but never actually done activities or spent time with their children. And I love kids, and I'm not one of those people out there running around doing crazy stuff, you know what I mean? So it was almost alarming, like, is that a sign that I'm not gonna be in your future because you chose not to introduce me to your children? Because that's almost important as a man introducing you to their mother. But now today's time, people do that a little loosely to me. I don't like that, because I don't like nobody meet my mom that I don't feel like I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with. So unless we're like friends, then you know what I'm saying, that's totally different. But if it's somebody you potentially want to be in a relationship, like for me, that's the top tier. You meet my mom. And I think that's an old school thing, because a lot of guys don't really. I done met so many of my guy friends' moms, and I'm like, I guess I shouldn't take it to heart, because it's like, oh, hey, nice to meet you, da da da. But I feel like the kids are just as important as the mom. Like, they gotta like you, they gotta spend time with you, they gotta know if they can trust you, can they confide in you, can they, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, what do you think?
The thing is, like, don't make me feel like I'm in competition.
Okay.
Like with other women. That was a big thing I believe was in my marriage too. Like, I'm married. Why the hell am I in a competition with other women?
With other women, you're supposed to have already won.
Exactly. He made like
that
making you feel uncomfortable. Yeah, making you feel uncomfortable. Like when we go out somewhere, you take me on a nice date and you just ruin the moment because you staring another woman down.
You know, it don't bother me that men look at other women, because I know your eyes work. But don't break your neck.
No, yeah, for real. And then when I tell you that it makes me feel uncomfortable, I tell you that it makes me feel uncomfortable, you basically say, oh, if I was looking at a old woman that was 80, would you still feel the same way? Like,
it doesn't matter. It's the common decency. Yeah. Respect.
You know what I used to do? Like when it would happen to us, like let's say we were at a mall and that happened, I would literally walk ahead of him.
I've done that. I was somewhere and we were like dating a man, but like we were off and on doing it. And he seen this woman, and he literally was just like talking about her. And I was so uncomfortable. I'm like, I know you see me standing right here. I just started walking. I just walked away. Don't do that. Don't make me feel out of place. And it's okay to acknowledge a woman and say she's beautiful, but it's how you do it.
The reason why it makes you feel uncomfortable is because I feel uncomfortable when I see a woman with her man and the guy is staring me down. I'm like, bruh, look at your woman.
But you know, I never, again, that's how you do that. Because I've been with somebody and see a fine man and be like, Jesus Christ. that man is fine.
But I'm not
gonna say that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for me, I have this thing. I don't even look. I try not to look men in their eyes. Like, you know how you see somebody, you acknowledge them, you didn't see their presence and just don't. I see women now with their men because of how women are. They can feel insecure, and I think about being in their shoes, and I'll be like, okay, just don't look at them in the eyes. I'll do this little like, hey, how you doing, and keep it moving, but not no, ooh, hey, how you doing? You know, it's a difference. So I be trying to be off. I be trying to like it. You know what I mean? Like, don't look, don't stay, just stay focused.
I am not a fan of disrespect, so when I see those guys, I be giving them like that blank stare, like, what you look?
Oh, that mean face. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. No. What's the next one?
My next thing is put me in, like, consider me when you make your decisions, especially if it's gonna affect me. Don't have me out here looking stupid for loving you.
Oh yeah. Don't have me out here looking stupid for loving you. That's a good one. Cause if you got me out here looking stupid, and I gotta do extra stuff to get myself back in place, you know what I'm saying? That's too much. That's so much. That's so draining.
It is.
That's why I think
married men doing the most.
Yeah, but I just think like, and that's what I mean by stuff like that. It's just common decency. It's common sense. Like, out of respect, just don't be doing these extra things to make your wife or your spouse look stupid. And people be going down the street and around, like they you give them an inch and they take a mile. Like,
you know, it's one thing in my marriage, like when stuff like that happened and I would try to express my feelings. Part of the reason why I shut down is because it's like, okay, you deflect the whole situation, like gaslighting and all this type of stuff. Like, let's say I would mention stuff like that, he'd be like, oh, you're insecure. Oh, I wonder why.
Yeah, for real. Really?
Well, let's pull the list out.
Like, you see that lady when she had that list at her wedding, and there was so much dust on the list. If a man ever tell you that, pull that thing out and be like, I wonder why I was feeling this. Oh, I'm just playing. Don't pull the receipt out. But
and it's crazy because you don't feel insecure because I don't do the stuff that you do.
Yeah.
But you do certain things to make me.
But if the shoe was on the other foot,
man.
Me cannot handle. Well, if we were to do what they do to us, they can't handle it. They go ballistic. They want to share everything, everybody. They want to stop your whole world. They want to stop everything. The sirens gotta go off. They gotta sit out a search party when you do something wrong. To them, I'll be like, man, what the?
And that's crazy because that's very true. Because there are certain instances where I feel like, you know, I'm about to do something that's out of my character, and I would make you think that I step out on you, and you would go crazy.
Ain't even did nothing. It's the thought of, I got that much power to make you feel what I feel. I don't think half the women. It's some ruthless women out there. Okay, I'm not gonna discredit. You know, but if men really knew the power of a woman and how ruthless she can really be, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying, if women are now doing what men have done to them for years, and that's why these men be emotionally discombobulated. They be on these podcasts telling a woman how to be a woman, but nobody knows how to be a woman better than a woman. So it's just like, if you really wanted to, a woman can really lay that rug out and have you feeling insecure, but we choose not to.
That's what I was about to say.
We always are the bigger person, and not always, but like in most cases that I've heard. I'm speaking for loyal women, okay? I'm speaking for the women that do right by their men. If we really wanted to be savages, the thing is, I've seen it. I know it's a possibility. I know that it's an option. I think that we just don't, because we care about his ego. We care about.
I always wanted to cover him.
Yeah, making sure. Oh, I don't want to make him feel less than a man. Now it is certain, like when the shoe's on the other foot. Like I'll give you an example. Like modern women, they talk, and I've yet to see this, but people say that like certain type of modern woman, she make a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? She'll go down the list and make you feel small and say, well, what I need you for? I got everything I want. You can do this. What can you do? And that man be like, well, why do you need me? And they feel less than. I've yet to see that, but I've heard about it. So that's why I say it can go both ways. What's next on the list?
Someone who protects me in every area, like protects me mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually.
How can they pick? I need an example of how can they protect you mentally?
Piggybacking on what we just said, like don't be having me out here looking stupid.
Okay.
Like, because mentally.
So you saying like don't have a crazy situation continuously running through your
With
thoughts?
me, I can only speak for myself. Like I'm an overthinker. I need reassurance. I need a lot of reassurance.
Hey, you gotta be careful because you know what I'm saying. Well, overthinkers will literally, if you don't give us the scenario, we'll have a whole scenario,
a whole storyline,
a whole scenario.
It ain't nothing good.
Yeah. So I stand to say, so you're like, you just don't want him to cause you to create different scenarios in your mind. You want to feel secure in
security.
Yeah,
that's high on my list as well.
Oh yeah, security. I feel like I don't ever want to have to worry when I leave the house or you leave the house. Are you coming back or are you going out there to cheat? Now,
and that's what happens when you create distrust and there's dishonesty in a relationship.
Yeah.
But if that was never present, what would you have to think about? Like, I wouldn't overthink on these certain situations if it didn't already happen.
Yeah. So security and reassurance. I just feel like the scary part with that is you can be in a relationship and feel secure. And security and everything look like it's moving in the complete, like right direction, and then boom, a side chick pop up like, girl, I just want to let you know. And you like, what? You know what I'm saying? I've seen countless situations where people think their relationship is good, or the woman thinks their relationship is good, and maybe they're not paying attention to the signs. And then the man got a little situation on the side, but I'm like, when do you find the time if you're always with me? You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's like something scary.
That's why that I'm busy thing, it's a trigger for me.
Yeah.
If a man tell me I'm busy, I won't take any more of your time.
Yeah, I feel like that. Don't tell me you're busy. Well, it depends. If you tell me if you say I'm busy and I'm doing what I'm doing, and I know that it aligns with what you're doing, then okay, cool. Okay, so go back. You said,
you know how you mentioned like a guy could be in 5 different situations, like they could have 5 women that they're dating or whatever.
Platonic or non-platonic.
Yeah, like with me, like it's always been hard for me to do that. It was always that one.
Me too.
And it's like, okay, if that one doesn't, we were talking, we were dating or whatever, if that one doesn't work out in the talking stage
then
or whatever, I'll move on to the next.
Yeah.
But for me to be talking to 5 different men and stuff,
I can't keep up with. I can't keep up.
I'm sorry, I can't do it.
It sounds like a lot of work.
It is.
First of all, I got a question for the hot girls that really be having multiple men. How do you keep up with their names? Cause I'm a little truthful. How do you keep up with who does what, how they do it, when they do it, and what time they do it? How do you?
And I'm not gonna be kissing 5 different guys.
Yeah.
Nah.
There's too much going on in this world. What are the odds that all 5 men and somebody got something going on? Like, I just feel like, how do you do that?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm by the end of the day, I'm mentally exhausted. Just from the day-to-day things that I gotta worry about. Yet alone worry about 5 men that's gonna text me at one time. Like,
all of them texting you good morning.
Yeah. Boop, 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 boop. You mess around and you call Mike Bobby and Bobby Ricky. Like, what? I can't do that either.
Yeah.
Kudos to y'all. I ain't about that life. I'm good. I can stay over here and do me by myself.
Yeah.
When it comes to me finding the interest and I like you, I have tunnel vision for you.
Yeah.
I don't have interest to look at anybody else. If I'm dating you, I'm curving everybody else.
Heck yeah.
And that's just my loyalty. My loyalty runs deep until, or at least until I realize that their loyalty is expired.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like it should be that simple. It should be you and him, not you, him, her, them, we, they, all of the above. Like,
I tend to put all of my energy into the person that I'm talking to and dating. So
you gotta stop doing that.
2 or 3 people, I can't.
You gotta stop doing that though. You gotta stop doing that, and I think that's your give, that's your heart. But
that's why I want someone who reciprocates. Like, you gotta match my effort.
That's what I was about to say. If they don't reciprocate that, then you gotta walk away from that. That is the hardest lesson I had to learn was, let me just pour to you, let me just give to you, and then they hit you with that. Well, you did that. I ain't telling you. I did that. Man, I'll punch you in your throat for telling me that. I thought that's what we supposed to do. So you gotta make sure it's even. Now I know. I'm just saying, like, I hate that. Like, it make you mad. Like, don't tell me nothing like that.
Yeah.
I'm out here giving you my best,
my all,
and you out here giving me the bare minimum.
Oh, that's another one on my list. I don't want bare minimum.
Me either.
I don't want it.
That made me so mad.
And that's all you got to offer.
Yeah.
Keep it, because
that's like, and that's why it's important not to also fall in love with a man who have potential. The actions need to match. If they only show you the minimum of their potential and they're not showing you the maximum of their potential, don't fall in love with that. Don't fall for it, because it will get you nowhere. You can see a person's potential and literally they never reach what you can see for them because they got to want it for themselves. And I get so sick of meeting men who have dreams but they don't reach their potential. Every day, for me, I'm a person like, what are you doing to get to those, what small steps are you taking? You know what I'm saying? And for whatever reason, it's hard to give them help. So it's like, you want to help them, but then they get offended when you're helping them. And they want to do it themselves, but they don't understand that we're designed to help. Sometimes men have this ego-driven mindset where it's like, I got to do it myself. And I'm like, partnership is important because that's what makes the dream work. Teamwork makes the dream work. So it's like, yeah, it just be killing me when I meet men who have great ideas, great potential, and they don't want a woman's help because they want the credit. We work together, we do well because 2 minds are better than 1.
Yeah.
Don't fall in love with potential. Anything on your list that's just like deal breaker?
Deal breaker? I don't want no.
You can't live without it. Like you can't. I mean, like in your relationship. Oh no, that's fine. You can say what you don't want. I'm saying what's a deal breaker on your list that you feel like you can't live without? For me, mine is common sense. Sorry, it's common sense. Like, you can't be an idiot. You cannot be a handsome idiot. I'm just sorry. I'm just saying it's non-stimulating for me. If that makes sense. Like, you can't be dumb and be fine. Like, you cannot be an airhead for me.
I agree.
I really, like, I'd be bored. Like, I feel like if you don't know yourself, that sometimes I think that those are the reasons that people step out on their partners. Like, you gotta know yourself. If you know that you got a potential partner like that, you probably need not to be with them. And for me, I know myself. I'm not gonna put myself in a situation because you're fine.
Yeah. Being that the situations that I've been in, relationships that I've been in the past, what's high on my list now is definitely reciprocation.
That's your deal breaker.
Yeah.
That's mine too, definitely. We do a lot, you know what I'm saying, day to day. We out here having babies, going to work, you know what I'm saying, trying to make 6 figures, you know what I'm saying? Trying to build a legacy, trying to raise a legacy. Like, reciprocation is important. For me, I really want to be a submissive partner. I want to be able to trust a partner to lead.
But I can't be following you blindly. Like, don't give me no blind leader.
I would tell you, okay, look, I say this and my friends laugh at me, right? My other friends laugh at me.
What am I submitting to?
I will get in the car with you. Absolutely. And that car can be rolling. But if that car finna hit that brick wall, I'm jumping out, because what I won't do is ride and die. What I will not do is be a ride and I die.
You remember that thing on Instagram? Every time I done ride, I died.
I would not.
That's my testimony. Every time I
you gotta go revive yourself. Ain't nobody got time for that. We tired. We are tired. I'm gonna jump out before we hit the brick wall. And if I see, you know, women have this vision where we foresee long term. If I see you gonna hit that brick wall, I'm probably not gonna get in the car at all. So it's just important. I just feel it's important. I want to be able to, my partner to lead. I'm gonna be a leader myself, yes, but I believe a real leader knows when to follow. And so I want someone that is able to lead me in the right direction, but not just like on day-to-day decisions. Lead me spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Lead me mentally. Stimulate my mind. Lead me emotionally. Make me feel secure. Make me feel assured. Make me feel like I don't have to worry, you know, with everything around us. Make me feel, like I said, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. Love me. Not, you know, you can show me love. You can pour love into me. And you can make love to me. Like, it makes, you know what I'm saying? That's just how I think about it. Like, I don't think you get no better than that. Lead. I just feel like if you know the definition of a leader, you will execute that flawlessly. And it's just some men, father or no father, some men just have it. They have the natural ability to lead. And I ain't talking about a CEO or business owner. Like, yeah, that's cool. Like, that's nice. But can you hold down your household? When your wife is sick or on bed rest holding your baby, can you hold it down? That's like a deal breaker for me. I hate to see women pregnant and they men not like, baby, you got it, let me do it for you.
Alone.
Yeah, she just like wobbling and she don't got no help. You know what I'm saying? She doing everything herself. That's so heartbreaking.
That was me.
And if, I'm sorry, y'all, I'd be emotional about my friends, like my real friends. I would probably be like, I know that sometimes I have to hold my tongue. I do have an opinion, but I know when to hold my tongue. But when I see stuff, you ain't gonna open the door for that pregnant lady? You're not gonna get out your seat for that pregnant lady? Another woman should not have to get out her seat for a pregnant woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, she can, but if there's a man sitting down first, that man needs to get up first. That's just how I feel about stuff. And to me, that shows qualities of, being a gentleman, but it also shows me that you're a leader. It could be 10 men in the room and you choose to get up because that pregnant lady needs to sit down. I admire things like that. Any other deal breakers? Oh yeah, of course. Wait, I'm gonna just disclaimer. This is honorable mention. It's just kind of like ingrained. They have to be God fearing. That's a deal breaker. I already know that's yours. Like off the bat, they gotta be able to pray with me and for me.
Yeah.
So they gotta be able to walk with me in my journey, and in his journey. They gotta come together in Christ. It's gotta be in unison. That third strand need to tie whatever we got going on.
Been traumatized though. But I agree.
I know some men are like human first, you know what I'm saying? But I need you to chase God. I need you not to be embarrassed. I need you not to be lukewarm. Like, I want to see your passion. And you ain't gotta be one of those running around like catching the Holy Ghost falling out, you know, like, and I'm not knocking those people, you know what I'm saying? Like, show God your love how you show. But what I'm saying is you can be quiet, you can be a quiet storm and still have that power, that love, that passion. And I see it, and I know it, and I feel it. That's what I want. I want that, most definitely. Because I want that to be an encouragement for me to go harder. When I look at my partner, I want him to be a reflection. So when I look at him, I want him to be like, I'm like, he love God like I do. We love God. I don't know who love God harder, but I know he love us the same. You know what I'm saying? So that's for me, that is like a deal breaker.
Another deal breaker for me is a man who feels like he needs to run to other women when we have a problem.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, most definitely. Don't step out of what we have going on because you're mad at me and you feel like you need to confide. Yeah. The only woman I allow you to confide in is your mom. I'll that's a pass. Or even like an auntie or even like a cousin. Family, I'll let you pass. But someone that can potentially be your next or new spouse, absolutely not.
I would let them confide in even my close friends. Like,
no, not me.
Yeah, I never had a problem with that.
I mean,
my best friend.
If it's like, okay, so say if it's like a married couple situation, yeah. Or
yeah, my best friend is married.
But not single friends. Mm-hmm. Don't go confide in your single friends.
Well, all my friends are trustworthy, including you. Yeah. I don't have the problem that like. I mean, I can only speak for myself. I don't know what other friend circles are like, but my friends.
Mine too. My friends are married.
Every relationship that I've been in, like from, well, not from back in the days, but recent relationships and even up into my marriage, like I could always confide in them, and I feel like my spouse was able to confide in them. Like my friends know me.
Yeah. And they trust you.
And yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no, I agree on that. I'm saying, I know me as a person. I know that, like, I have married friends, and my dominant friend is the male. Mm-hmm. But for me, it was important because I respect the union that I'm friends with the wife. That's because
that was out of respect. You made a mutual connection,
right?
So
and I want her to feel comfortable knowing that we have a trusted platonic friendship. Because I want her to feel the same thing and receive and get the same information that he gets, or both of them, because they're both guys, that they get. I want their partners to feel the same. Yeah. So for me, I'm saying, don't go. I know that me as a woman, me personally, I can be trusted not to cross the line. I don't know how I feel about my male friend or my male spouse confiding in their single female friend.
Yeah, their own friends that we don't know mutually.
Right.
What you're saying.
Because I gotta know personally that I can trust that female and she's not like that. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is the average female is not. Mm-hmm. So, you know, and I'm not saying that it's always like this because there are some, you know, I'm a perfect example. You're a perfect example. I can tell a person out of respect that they are friends and they don't, you know, and make sure it stays platonic because they respect the partner, versus a woman that's like, I'm single, I'm lonely, I'm vulnerable, you know, he's a good catch, you know, and I want to be with him. Mm-hmm. That's what I don't like. And when I see those traits in a person, you know, it makes it hard because sometimes the men don't really see it coming. But I've seen that scenario, and then something go wrong, and he goes to her, and then she's like, "Well, I wouldn't have treated you like that." And then it's
adding fuel to the fire.
Yeah, now them two together, and then the girl sitting out there looking crazy because she had no idea. She had an ideal, and she telling her partner, like, "I knew that girl had it out for you the whole time." I feel like with men and women, we know we can sense. That person that don't need to be in the room, you don't need to be here because you could potentially ruin my relationship. Or and that goes for both sides. Think about how every time a woman move on, and the ex pop up. Hey, big head. No. Now I'm happy, I'm thriving, and you see that I'm loving somebody else, and I'm getting everything I need, and now you want to come and screw up the relationship, knowing that you potentially had my heart at one point. So it's just like, that's why I say what I say. I've seen a scenario, and I've been in a situation like that. Any closing remarks?
Our intention was not to give anybody any relationship advice. This was just speaking off our things that, the things that we've experienced in our past and what we're no longer settling for.
Absolutely. Listen, we not out here soliciting ourselves for dating. This is definitely a podcast. So I just want that to be a reminder.
But are you dating?
I am, but still, I mean, if you take this video, you can take it for face value. You can take
Girl,
it.
your husband could be watching this.
And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. What I'm saying is, this was not like a matchmaker, okay? That's what I'm saying. We did not set this video up. Today we said, literally, we walked in here and said, what is going to be the topic for today? And she said relationship goals. So, you can take whatever you want to take out of this video, but I'm just saying what I'm saying.
I'm not dating y'all, but I still got requirements for the next.
And yeah, absolutely. So, if you want to take this video and dissect it and use it against us, that's on you. But that's in a good way. But I'm just saying. This is a podcast. We're just having open dialogue. Like, share, subscribe, follow. Tell us in the comments what your requirements are in your relationship. What's a deal breaker, what's not, because we want to know.
Yeah, I can add to my list.
Right, you might have something that we don't have. And
I just want to say thank you for the positive feedback that we have been getting.
Oh yeah, thank you.
People have been leaving comments. People have been supporting by sharing on their stories.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you
We
so much.
appreciate it.
Yes, and keep it coming, because we'd like for a lot of people to be involved with just the open dialogue. It's really helpful to have conversations, and it's really helpful for people to learn from each other and each other's experiences, so we can, just help each other get better, whether it be mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever. Healing is important. And I don't know if this conversation can heal a woman or even teach a woman how to have a requirement for herself and knowing her worth. Mm-hmm. So take this video as that, if anything. And follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Sing us out.
Wait.
What? Sing us out. Don't speak.
Ooh, yeah. Don't speak for us. I'm just playing. Bye, y'all.